What do luxury cars, booty calls, yeah, I said it, and vacations all have in common? They're all things that you have planned for, you've budgeted for, you obsess over until it happens, and you will go broke to achieve it. No lies detected. Now, what happens when I say financial savings, retirement planning, generational wealth planning? Not so exciting, huh? It's almost like I asked you to do Chinese calculus or something. And as if that's not enough, I'm gonna punch you in the face one more time. Y'all are dope fiends. And not in the traditional sense. Dopamine hits and instant gratification, whether it's doom scrolling or however you wanna mask it, calling it happiness, like it's an actual problem. We need to address it. And it's hurting a lot of us, not only with our wasted time, the third most valuable resource, but honestly, it hits our first most valuable resource, and that's your attention. Now, I know you're probably asking, what does this have to do with financial goals? Well, pretty simple. Like booty calls, luxury cars, and vacations, they were all goals that you set. And you found a way to get that dopamine hit, to have that motivation, to be able to achieve those goals. And that had a real feeling, or at least a felt feeling, of success in some arena. So really, what's the thing that's stopping you from saying, hey, instead of vacation, retiring early is my goal? Or I want to be at the point where I don't ever have to worry about money again because it's stressful and it sucks. And I have way less opportunities when I don't have it. So for each and every person, it's going to be a little bit different, but I found ways to pimp myself out. And it can start anywhere from putting that goal up on the mantle and seeing a 45-year-old me not having to work again, or having a penny jar and seeing it fill up with change every day and knowing that I get to go blow that money on whatever I want. Like little ways you can visually, and I think that's the key, visually put in your life reminders of what that goal is and what it's going to look like when you get there. So I just want to give you a framework that I use when I'm setting my goals up. And the first thing that we got to know is the different categories of goals. And honestly, we're going to have to establish what our goals are in these 8 categories, because some of them take money, some of them don't. Some of them are going to take money and you don't realize it. And so we need to figure that out from the get-go. The first one that I have is security. Most people want to feel like they have an emergency fund and there's a baseline for having that feeling of security. The second one is career. However you make your money, it's going to cost money. And so whether it's training or education, that's a bucket. So the third one is personal growth. This is not your job, but it can deal with therapy, coaching, or the development of a skill that makes you tick. The fourth bucket is freedom. That can range from time off to work, vacations, to retirement. The fifth one is lifestyle. Some examples are the BMW crew or the I need a 5,000 square foot house crew. Those are all the things, physical things, that incorporate your lifestyle. The sixth one is health. This could range from fitness to nutrition to mental health. The seventh one is relationships. This could be counseling, it could be trips, it could be unique experiences. And the eighth one is legacy. Whether you're setting up a trust to create generational wealth for your family name, or you're giving all back to the community. Before we jump ahead, I want to give you a pro tip. I use a very simple scale on how to judge my actions as I'm trying to reach these goals. The scale is good, better, best. It's considered good if my actions are impacting one of my goals. What's better is if I'm impacting 2 of my goals with my actions. And the absolute top would be 3 or more goals with each action that I'm performing. I can hear it right now. Like somebody's sitting there going, yeah, goals, I've tried it. Like it just doesn't work. Like it's not where I want to be. Like there's research that shows that goals don't work. Well, I'm here to tell you, that's banana sugar. What works is what you put your time and effort toward. Period, dot. So if you don't put the right time and the right effort toward it, it's not going to work. If you do, it will work. And I'm living proof of that. The thing that concerns me is most people don't build the life that they want to live. They build the life that their paycheck can handle right now. And that's exactly how we get stuck where we are for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. What I'm challenging you to do is determine your goals and figure out where to put the money to achieve them. Because at the end of the day, it's just a tool. And who's running the show? So hey, real quick before we move on to the challenge, we've got to go over how you're going to measure your goals. And there's an acronym for this. The acronym is SMART. So the S stands for specific. So you can't say, hey, I'm going to save money. You have to say, I'm going to save $500. And then the next thing is measurable. Can you track as you go along the progress that you're making? The next one is achievable. So it needs to be challenging enough that you can't do it in one pay period, but obtainable in the time frame that you've set. R is for relevant. Does this goal align with your priorities? If your electricity is cut off because you didn't pay the bill, should you be saving $500 or should you be paying that electric bill? The last one is time bound. What is the specific time that you're giving yourself to save this money? So as long as everything passes the test, you are going to save $500 within the next 6 months, and that's your goal. For me, SMART goals are the only way to go. And it helps guard against all the excuses that I'm gonna make and the justifications, because the worst person that most people lie to every day is them. You're one step closer. Now, I do have to give you a warning. This process is gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be feelings involved. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be reflective. It's gonna be, did I say hard? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be arduous. Honestly, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like it's applicable. And what I'm about to tell you is the FML process of getting your actualization in your finances where you want them to be. Common side effects of this process may include yelling, screaming, crying, required safety breaks, and in rare occurrences, spouses have gone missing, but are considered not normal for most. All right, here's your self-challenge in the process. Sit down and list your 5-year, 10-year, and 20-year goals. Use the categories that were provided. Really only focus on how long it'll take so that you can put them in the categories and what the money is associated with that goal. At the start of this process, I would only pick 3 to 5 goals in each one of the categories that represent the biggest and most expensive. So some of you may be trying to speed right now, and let me hold you up, okay? So some of the questions you might be having are, well, what if I can only come up with 1? That's fine. Like, everybody starts in a different place. You're on your own race. If you're setting 7 and 8 goals each, great, phenomenal. The one place that we can't speed is you're not always gonna have how much it's gonna cost. And that's okay if you don't. So if you have a total amount, how much the credit card is, and you wanna get it paid off, good. Don't set a time frame to it yet though, because we have to yet still do something that is critical in this process, and that's create a budget. While we're gonna focus on budgeting in the next episode, I want you to get the most information that you can down with what you have available today. That's the first stop. So I'm gonna give you a premature congratulations. This is the bulk of what you need to do to have your goals drive your budget. And most people don't do this. If it was that easy, everyone would have done it already. On the sarcastically positive side, it's only gonna change 4,987,000 times between now and the end of your life. But the honest good part is, I only go over my goals about once a year or as major life events happen. So once you establish this, that's what's driving your actions. And the reality is, this is the formula that my spouse and I have followed to put me in the position to be sitting here making these videos, because it's 11 o'clock in the morning and it's a Tuesday. So if that sounds like freedom, if that sounds like where you want to be, maybe the same results won't happen right now, but you can get there. It's absolutely possible. If you haven't liked or subscribed, commented to the video on YouTube, please go in there. We would much appreciate the support. And as always, make the day you deserve. Just be more disciplined.